Hello, this is the commentary for I think this is the 8th episode of Sir Colco, and this is the Colco review of Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS. Wow, this is a long one. This is actually the longest video I ever put out on Sir Colco, and I don't think I actually made anything longer than this up until the collection of scrap flip note animations that I made in 2022. So yeah, and I was very proud of this at the time. Whenever I made this video, because I was like, oh man, I was really proud of being able to make videos that were long and had a lot of stuff to it. So obviously, yeah, this video being like 23 minutes long, I was very happy with that. Although the problem was, I realized after I uploaded it that, yeah, it's like 23 minutes long, but nearly 3 minutes of the video is just the outro card and the bloopers. So yeah, it's 23 minutes long, but so much of it is just like a blank screen with me talking, or just bloopers where it's just a blank screen of me messing up talking. So this was, yeah, so because of that and me being a little disappointed by like, oh man, I guess it's not really as long as it seems. I don't like how much of the video is being taken up by this. That's what made me decide to start shortening my outro. After this point, I believe the top 10 Wii U games video has like a normal outro, but no bloopers. And then starting with the 3DS video, I would like shorten it down a bit, and eventually I stopped doing outros altogether, and it would just be like 10 seconds of a screen like linking to my videos. So yeah, this video kind of ended up being the thing that made me decide to stop doing that. And yeah, this did end up being the longest video on the channel, but if I had finished my Pokemon Sun and Moon review, that would have been way longer. I think it was probably going to be like 35 minutes long. That was going to be a monster, but that got scrapped because I ended up quitting YouTube before I got around to finishing it. What a shame. Okay, anyways, I've yapped for a little bit. Let's address the elephant in the room. For some reason, this is the only Sir Colco video to be in HD. All of the other videos were in 360p. For some reason, this one is HD. And not even the whole video. There's going to be a segment where like it cuts to a real life clip of me looking on my phone, and then it just goes back to 360p after that. So I'm not sure why that is. So the thing is about the animation software I use to make these videos, the drawings themselves are all in like 2180p, so like really good quality. But for whatever reason, whenever I exported them, I would always export them in 360p. I think because I think it gives you like 3 options when you can upload it, being like 360, 720, 1080. And maybe the 720 and 1080 took too long and I couldn't get it to upload properly. So maybe that's why I always went with 360. But then that brings up the question, why was this one specifically in 720p? Like, why? And why is the segment after this 360? I don't get it. But yeah, that's an upside to this video. And this section right here, the character section, this is the main reason this video took me a while to make. Part of the reason this video was one of the longest ones is because I had so much to cover, and part of that included drawing every single newcomer in the game, which was a pretty exhausting process. Especially because I had to look up references for a lot of these characters, which I rarely ever did. I would just draw characters from memory. But I wanted to look up references just to like see what they look like to make sure my drawings are at least passable. Duck Hunt is a very bad example of that. But yeah, this video took a lot of effort because of that, and having to cover every single newcomer and draw all of them. And you'll notice later on that actually affects the rest of the video. Because whenever I do drawings of like characters like using items or like showing characters in modes and stuff, you'll notice that all the characters I draw for those segments are like the easier characters to draw and not any of the actual newcomers. Like there's a lot of like Mario, Sonic, and Kirby and Duck Hunt because those are like the easiest ones to draw. Mewtwo's tail is not colored in there. That's a mistake I pointed out in the top 10 Gen 1 Pokemon video. But it's still a thing in this video. This was 3 months later. I had 3 months to like get better at checking my videos and coloring things. Come on. That's just embarrassing. Boo. Boo, you suck. Okay, so. But anyways, yeah, this video did take me quite a while. That's partially also because I was trying to get out a video on weird Sonic hacks and fan games around November-ish, and that was just in development hell for a while. I finished all the drawings, but I had so much trouble getting the gameplay right and like being able to edit everything together that I had so much trouble with it that I ended up like I kept pushing it back. It's like I think it was going to be the video after the Mario Maker review, and then I pushed it back to work on Smash Bros. And then I believe it was going to be the video after that, but then it took so long that I realized that I needed to start working on the end of the year extravaganza for December. So I think I ended up pushing that back even further. And then I did like Sir Colco highlights, stuff like that. So I think this video could have been done a lot faster, maybe even in a week. But it took 2 weeks because I think I spent some of that time trying to get the Sonic video out. Didn't work out, so I did this video instead. But yeah. So I'm talking about customizing fighters here. Why did they not bring that back in Smash Bros. Ultimate? Never mind, I know why they didn't, but it would have been cool if it was still an option for some characters. Okay, so back to the characters that we were talking about earlier. I say that Bayonetta. I say like I have no intention of buying Bayonetta though. For Pete's sake, she has gun shoes. That was a complete lie. I actually didn't buy her because I thought my parents would find her inappropriate because like, you know how Bayonetta is. I didn't want them to see me playing as Bayonetta and being like, that's not appropriate. I think you need to stop playing this game. And I'd be like, but yeah, I don't know why I included that in the video, though it doesn't really serve much of a purpose, and the joke's not even that funny. Yeah. I have some problems with this video, though. The main thing is, I'm very thorough about talking about like as many things as I can this video, but I'm also not thorough enough. Because like I go into like way too much detail for a lot of things, and that's why the video ends up being so long. But at the same time, I didn't even touch on some modes, so it's like, if you're gonna be thorough and talk about every single little thing, at least actually talk about every single little thing, don't just brush over things. That was, the Colco review format honestly was not a good idea. I should have just done what other YouTubers were doing, and just make videos where it's like, the game, and then the YouTuber's name, where it's mostly focused on the comedy, because that's clearly what I wanted to do more than these reviews. But no, I wanted to stick to the review format, which meant I had to like cover everything, and kind of like review it in a way. But yeah, but because I call it a review, that means I have to judge it more harshly because I have to judge my reviewing skills and not just like the video and the comedy and stuff. Yeah, I really should have moved past the Colco review, and I didn't plan on doing that until like 2019. That's the first time I actually considered maybe this Colco review thing is not as good of an idea. I only drew Victini there because the other legendaries in the game were like Kyogre and like Entei, and it's like I did not want to draw those. That goes back to what I said earlier, where I just started drawing the simpler characters for the rest of the video. Because I cannot draw Kyogre for the life of me. So, yeah, you could probably actually notice that if you watch the other videos and like specifically look for things like that, where it seems like I chose a character that was easier to draw over others. So yeah. Wow, that's a great drawing of a disc. It is a literal circle. Why does it look so bad? You could be doing so much better than that. Okay. Let me look at my list of things I want to say. I've got 14 minutes more to cover that I need to yap. Okay, so one thing I need to mention. So another reason this video could have gone a little bit faster. And the reason it only took me 2 weeks, despite it being so big, is that when I was in middle school, back in 2016, I had a PE class, and instead of like actually participating in some days, I would just go into I would do my stretches and warm-ups. Then whenever we like start the class and do like our free day or something, my coach would like send us to oh, hold on, let me talk about stock here. Sorry, I know I'm kind of rambling, but that is kind of the point of these commentaries, I guess. But I talk about like, oh, sometimes I just hide from people, and the last person gets killed easily by me. But Calco, isn't that cheating? No, it's battle strategy. That is just a direct jab at my brother, because whenever my brother and I would play Smash Bros, I would always get really annoyed that he would camp for the battle, and then he would just win because of that. And anytime I would like call him out on it, he'd be like, "Well, it's battle strategy, not cheating." Um, so I guess I included that in the video to make a jab at him, I guess. I don't think he ever saw this video, to my knowledge. But yeah, it's not cheating, obviously. I don't know why I was calling it that. Although I do think it's also fair to be upset about it, because it's kind of annoying. But that's that. That's a little backstory behind that little joke. What is that? What is that supposed? Is that supposed to be a stage? Huh. Okay. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, PE. After we did all our stretches, I would take my iPad and pen out of my backpack and like hide it like in my shirt. And I'd go to my coach and ask him if I could go to the bathroom, and I would just spend all of PE in the bathroom stall just working on Sir Colco videos. Uh, yeah, it's really stupid looking back on it. Um, my coach never like called me out on it or like talked to me about it. I think, to be fair, whenever we did like our aerobics day, wherever we would like do really intense exercises the whole class, or like we would go out to the track and walk around the track outside, I did participate in those. The only times I went in the bathroom was during our free days where we could do whatever we wanted, and I would do that because I didn't have any friends in the class. So I think that's the only reason he never got mad at me for it, was because I did participate in the days where we actually did a lot of exercise. So yeah, still dumb though. Please actually get your exercise, fellas. What an awful drawing, my god. Jeez. You know, sometimes I kind of second guess whether or not like these videos actually got better over time. Um, Although speaking of which, this video I did always, still to this day, I think this is probably the best Sir Colco video. Because for a bunch of different reasons. You know, it's a long video. I go into a lot of detail. There's a lot of jokes in here that I do find genuinely funny. I'll admit I am a little bit biased because the video was 720p, so it looks a lot better. Okay, so this joke right here. This joke was this video released in like mid-November 2016. And when I was working on this video, we did not know the results of the presidential election. So I believe when I was writing the script for this joke, I think the script just says like president as like a placeover, because we didn't know if it was going to be Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. And then I believe this was that was one of the last things I did once before the video released, was that once we got the election results, I went in and drew Trump as the president that's being talked about there. So yeah, and that's honestly really funny thinking back on. I remember my friend Peter, like after I released the video, he told me that like I mentioned how Donald Trump says stuff like, "Oh, who's attacking? Angry mobs?" And Peter told me like, "Hey, you should leave a comment saying that like apologizing for that part of the video, because that could be offensive to the people who are like peacefully protesting Donald Trump's presidency." At the time, I remember thinking like that felt a little bit like not necessary at all, and I don't think anyone would get mad at that. But I did that anyways, just because. But I deleted it eventually, so it's not there anymore. Okay, so wow, the Master Core. The Master Core here really highlights a little quirk about the animation software I used. Yeah, you can see there. The fill tool doesn't like exactly color it all the way in, because you can see like some of the orange lining on it. Yeah, so the fill tool doesn't fill in all the way, apparently, so that's why things look like that. It's not noticeable with most of my drawings, but it is noticeable on stuff like that where it's like supposed to be completely black, but then you can obviously see that there's orange there where it doesn't fill all the way. Yeah, kind of there are some flaws just with the software itself that limited like how quality my videos could be. Wow, Undertale. What a clever reference. What a clever reference to a game that isn't even in Smash Bros. At that time. Wow, you think that's so cool. Sorry, I gotta get my chair adjusted. See, there's what I was talking about earlier with like, you know, Game and Watch and Pac-Man being easy to draw. Um, the Miis that show up in this video, you might have noticed this like similar Mii designs used throughout the videos. All of these Miis were based on Miis that I actually use in my Tomodachi Life game. The one with the glasses and spiky hair, that's supposed to be my Mii, because that's what my Mii looked like. So that's why you see him a lot when I talk about Miis. But that girl character with the mustache, that was a character I named Butt. Very, very funny, but she was from my Tomodachi Life State game. And two other Miis I believe show up in videos is Flittle, who's like a character with big glasses and a big round nose. And then Quirky with a jacket and a afro and glasses. I think those two both show up in the Wii games video since I talk about Wii Sports and stuff because those have Miis in them. But I just wanted to let you know there because you might notice that some of the Mii designs are kind of like familiar, and I'm not just doing like random drawings of different Mii designs. I forgot that Rival Smash existed. It's just one of those game modes that exists, I guess. Like, didn't really leave any lasting impression. I guess that's why it was never brought back. Whoa, Cruel Smash. Oh no. Oh. Yeah. I do kind of I guess I'm not really exaggerating too much because Cruel Smash is kind of, it's pretty rough, I gotta say. Man, there is really nothing to that drawing. Jeez. Less than 10 seconds. To be fair, that one at least isn't an exaggeration. I think it actually was less than 10 seconds. Hey, look, oh, there's Quirky. I guess he did show up in this video. Wow. There you go. Oh yeah, Target Blast. I agree with this. Target Blast was dumb. I don't get it. And like the fact that in Smash Run, like the final game can be Target Smash, dumb. Like you spend all that time collecting stats, and then like the final game can just be Target Smash, where literally all that matters is attack. Dumb. Why? Again, one of that is one thing that I agree with in this video. There are actually still several things in this video I do still agree with. That's probably partially why I consider it the best Sir Colco video, just because like there aren't a lot of things that like are outdated. I'm like, man, I don't agree with that at all nowadays. It's like, no, I agree. Target Smash is really bad. I don't care for a home run contest that much. Yeah. Hey, look, there's Ness. Yeah, this. You know, oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I think I legitimately did by that point in the script. And I was like, oh shoot, yeah, I've talked about Trophy Rush here. I forgot to mention trophies earlier. Yeah, and there are several things I forgot. Like I think sound test and stuff I don't talk about here. Which is stuff I really, yeah. Again, problem with doing reviews instead of like just funny videos. You have to talk about everything, and when you don't talk about everything, it just looks bad. Okay. This is actually based on a true story where I was in Olive Garden back in like 2015, and I would just look up news for games I was like interested in, like Kirby news, Nintendo news, Pokemon news. And then one time that article came up and I was like, whoa, Pokemon Z was announced? No way. And I scrolled down and looked through it, and then they just list Fantendo as a source. Like, I can't believe that's an actual real article that was published. I can't find it nowadays. I think they deleted it because, like, yeah, obviously they did. But yeah, that was a real story, so I put that in there because I still thought that was really funny. The video is back in 360p now. I'm still not sure why. I guess I just decided to export that part at a lower resolution without realizing it. But yeah. I don't even draw Rosalina for that battle part, just Luma. Yeah, yes, I still agree with that. Why? Go off, King. Yeah. So yeah, I think the last thing I'm going to talk about is Street Smash within the video is going to be over. And I agree that Street Smash is weird, but it is kind of fun. But you know, at this point I can just wrap it up. But yeah, this video, I was very proud of this video. Like I said, it's very long, a lot of things to talk about. I was really happy with like the amount of effort that I put into this video. Because yeah, I mean, like I said, there are a lot of things in this video that are genuinely bad, and like some like lazy drawing, stuff like that. But I think you can at least still see the effort that was put into it. Uh, so that's probably also why I think of it more highly than like the Mega Man review, where I didn't put as much effort into the drawings. But yeah. I didn't even mention challenges. Why am I talking about that in the conclusion when I didn't bring that up before? Also, typo there. I put 8.5 instead of 9.5. Again, did not proof watch my videos. I really should have proof watched my videos. The Wii U review. So I wanted to do the Wii U review as a separate video because they're both very different games. And the plan was still to do it in summer. That never got delayed or anything. I think it's obvious that the reason it never happened was because Sir Colco never made it to summer. It didn't even make it to April. But I did plan on talking about that. Probably would have been even longer than this one because there's so many more modes and stuff to talk about. And I think I actually would have gone more into detail about Smash Tour in that video. I think Smash Tour is fun and good. It is very, very weird, very messy, it's sloppy, not explained very well. But it's a fun time if you just kind of want some like bizarre party mode to play on. Yeah. But that's why that review never happened. I think that game probably would have gotten a 10 out of 10 because... No, it wouldn't have gotten a 10 out of 10. Because there are some things like the menus that are like really bad in that game. But it definitely would have gotten one of the highest review scores I ever given out. So yeah. Yeah, I didn't plan on working on it for a while because it was such a big video. Because yeah, the Smash Bros. 3DS video was pretty exhausting to work on because there was so much to write, so much to draw, so many different like things I had to put more detail into drawing instead of just doing my usual like terrible sketches. And yeah, and here's the bloopers. The second out of 2 times that I ever did bloopers. I understand why I stopped doing it, and because you know the outros were getting too long, and I didn't like that. But I kind of wish, in retrospect, I continued to do them. It's really fun listening back to these and hearing my mistakes and stuff. And I never archived any of my like recordings because I would delete my audio once I finished a video to save storage space. So I don't have any archives for bloopers for other videos. So it kind of makes me sad that I have no access to them. Oh, what a tragedy. Boo hoo hoo hoo. Alright, let me check my notes to make sure there's not anything I forgot to talk about here. Coloring a Master Core, I talked about that. Oh, I forgot to talk about, so background music in the Sir Colco videos were always recorded on my phone. Because I would record on my iPad, then I would take my phone and look up on YouTube the song, and then play that song, and have my iPad record it. Which is why the audio quality sounds so bad. But also because of that, because it's my iPad's recording, you can also hear any background noise. So at several points in this video, you can actually hear me hiccuping in the background, because I'm still there and present, because I needed to like press the pause button whenever I wanted the background music to end. But I had the hiccups, and I decided not to re-record it, so you can just hear me hiccuping randomly in the background. Yeah, I think that goes back to what I said about not proof watching these videos and not putting a lot more effort into like fixing things. Because I think I would have noticed that if I watched it again. But no, I didn't. Yeah. Whew. That was a long review, and that was a long commentary. My throat hurts.